Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and a lovely looking puzzle today with four little orbits in the grid, and oh, it's just beautiful. This is by Soter, so one expects beauty. We've featured Soter a number of times on the channel, and never has the puzzle disappointed, so I'm looking forward to having a go at this. Well, look at that in a moment. Don't forget all our stuff on Patreon, crosswords, connections, all of that good stuff, as well as extra Sudoku hunts every month that finish by the 20th. And that's all on Patreon. We've got appeared in a recent number file video. We appear in the Wall Street Journal now. We've got, you can access Sven's Sudoku pad in the links under the video, or all of our apps, which do feature line Sudoku and domino Sudoku, and are great fun. Do check those out. And of course, there's the worms now, which are brilliant too, especially, well, all of them, but Phistomefel and Michael Lefkowitz, the most recent. Check them out. There's great stuff around, and we're involved in it all, and that's fun for us. Now, I'm going to look at the rules of this puzzle, because this is in a 7x7 grid, and this is because it is Squishdoku. Now, I had a go at a Squishdoku puzzle about a month or so ago, I'm guessing wildly, and I really struggled. And I think there's something about it I don't get, and there's probably something about it to be got that I don't get. So I'm bravely holding my nose and going back in and seeing if I can understand Squishdoku today. Let's see how we get on with the rules. So we have to place the digits 1 to 9 at most once in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. There are 9 3x3 boxes which overlap at the dashed lines. So that's one of them. This is the second one, box 2 I'll be calling it. This is box 3, then box 4. I mean, you don't need me to do all of this, but hey, I've started. That's box 5. This is box 6. This is box 7. This is box 8, and this is box 9. And as the rules say, they overlap. So these digits are both in box 8 and box 9 and can't repeat within those boxes. This one's even in box 5 and box 6 as well. Now, we've got some lines. Adjacent digits on a green German whisper line have a difference of at least 5. On a modular line, that's this one, the sort of teal one, any 3 adjacent digits are from different modulo 3 residuals, that is 1, 4, 7, 2, 5 and 8, or 3, 6 and 9, and you can split your keyboard vertically to see those groups. On the entropic line, which is this peach line, any 3 adjacent digits cannot be from the same set of low digits, middle digits, or high digits. 1, 2, 3 in the lows, 4, 5, 6 in the middles, 7, 8, 9 in the highs. And you can split your keypad horizontally to see those. Adjacent digits on the orange Dutch whisper line have a minimum difference of 4, and then we have 4 symbols in the grid, and digits joined by a black crop key dot, one is double the other. Difference of 1 on the white crop key dot, so they're consecutive. Those 2 on the V add up to 5, those 2 on the X add up to 10, and that's it. That's all we get in this puzzle. There are some letters written in to show you which lines are which in case of colour blindness, so modular, German whisper, entropic and Dutch whisper. And those are the rules. Give it a try on that first link under the video. I am going to start now. Let's see how we get on. Let's get cracking. So I have no idea where to begin here. This is just crazy. A German whisper is a stronger constraint than a Dutch whisper because the difference is greater and that has an impact. We know certain things about German whisper lines. We know that they can't have 5 on because there is no valid Sudoku neighbour. We know that they must alternate, therefore, between lower than 5 and higher than 5, so we could colour. Let's get the colouring right. Those 3 would be one polarity and these would be the other. And, oh, this is important, 4 and 6 are difficult to place on these lines because if you put them somewhere where their two neighbours see each other, then they fail because their 4's neighbours always have to be 9. So if you were to put 4 here, both of those would be 9. And that won't work. They're both in the same box. All of these digits are in the same box. So 4 and 5 and 6 cannot be on this line and are in these cells. Oh, look, we know that this is low because it's a V. It's on a V. Those digits are from 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one is low, so we know the colour. That's blue, and these are orange for high. Maybe we can keep these colours going. This cell is likely to be yellow, but it could be a 3 or a 7 and not be. Oh, okay, that's not a 4 because 4, 5, 6 are there, because these actually are a set of 1, 2, 3, and these are a set of 7, 8, 9. And, oh, I don't know what I just hit there. It's quite interesting to note that wherever the 7 is on this line, it's flanked by 1, 2. Wherever the 3 is, it's flanked by 8 and 9. So actually, the 7 and 3 must be opposite each other, 3 cells apart, either in those positions, or those. I mean, I don't know how that helps, but it's worth noting. Now, the black line. This is an entropic. Sorry, the black dot is on an entropic line. Right, the possible pairs in terms of entropy. Entropy is good because I've basically marked this box in entropic colours. 1, 2 and 3 being the low set, 4, 5 and 6 being the middly set, 7, 8, 9 being the high set. So how can we carry that into this box? I'll tell you one interesting thing I remember about the geometry of Squished is that this middle cell ends up in a sort of windmill. Now, what am I talking about? Where does it go in box 6? Well, it's already there, so it doesn't go in those cells which are also in box 5. It doesn't go there because they're in the same row. So it must go on one of these, I'm going to call them veins, but let's imagine it went there. I don't know that it does. It might go down here, but let's imagine it went there. Then, now you know that in box 2, it can't go in these cells, which are also in box 3, along with the cells that it must be in already. And all the ones in box 5 are ruled out, the ones in the middle column are ruled out, so it must be in one of those two. And this carries on round the grid. It has to be in that pair and that pair. And this is what I mean by the veins of a windmill. It's either in those positions or in these positions, and that is the middle digit. It's always going to do that and appear 5 times. I'm not sure. Is it the only digit that appears 5 times in a Squished Oku? I don't know. Squished Okus are annoying for one particular reason to me, which is that every row and column doesn't have to have 9 digits. So you start thinking about, oh, where does 4 go in the middle row? And it's useless because there may not be a 4 in the middle row. That's what does my head in, frankly. Now, can we carry this stuff to the black dot? Or, I don't know what colour this is. And on this modular line, there's literally no problem with a white dot because the numbers that are consecutive have to be from different modulos. That is not at all... Oh, yeah. I mean, that is 3 away from that. Right. On both the modular line and the entropic line, digits must alternate when they're 3 away from each other. But no, sets must alternate 3 away from each other. So this one will be, if that was blue, this will also be blue because those will be a yellow and orange and they need a blue on that side and a blue on the other side. Okay, what are these black dot pairs that are available? They're 1, 2. That would be double blue, and that is not possible because we can't have two blues next to each other on the entropic line. So it could be 2, 4, which is blue and yellow, or 3, 6, which is also blue and yellow, or it could be 4, 8, which is yellow and orange. And where does that cell go in box 6? It can't go there, and it can't go here. It's in this 2 by 2. Is it likely to be on the dotted line? Is it likely to be on the peach line? 50-50 in both cases, it feels like. Am I meant to use the Dutch whisper next? I don't know. I don't know at all. Oh, this X. No, it's not. We're not selecting from digits 1 to 7. Oh, I don't know. Sorry. I need to have a thought that's useful. Right, what's missing from this entropic line, which has 2 of each colour set on it, blue, yellow and orange? So what's missing is 1 blue, 1 yellow and 1 orange. So these two are a yellow and an orange between them. And we must alternate. So one of these two is a yellow because they're either blue yellow or yellow orange. So this is not a yellow, and nor is this, because that would be too close to the yellow here. And one of these two is a yellow. Now this digit can't be there or there. It must be one of these 3. Oh. Hang on. What's this X, this plus? Is that an extra region? I think it is. Do you know what? I think I might have had to learn this before, but I've rediscovered it now. I'm pretty sure, let me just check. These two cells see those two in the same row. They see those two in box 3, and they see those two in box 6. These two see those in the same column, those in box 5, those in box 6. This must work all the way around. Those two see those in the row, those in the lower box, those in the higher box, and these two see those. Yes, right. These all have to be different. And the same is going to apply to all the big dotted line pluses in this puzzle. All of them are going to have to be an extra region of 9 cells. Now we might get somewhere. Right. There are 3 yellow cells in every group of 9. Yes, this is good. And one of them is here, and one of them is here, and one of them's on the black dot. That's the 3 yellows. This is not yellow. It would be a 4th one. So this is yellow, and that means this 3 away from it is yellow, and this one isn't. So this digit is 4 or 6. This one is 2, 3 or 8. I don't know its colour. Maybe I do, though. What do I know? How many blues have we got in this plus? It's a lovely question. 1 there, a maximum of 1 here. They can't both be blue and be next to each other. So that's 2 maximum. Well, in fact, there is 1 blue there because these are blue and orange because they sit next to a yellow. So there's 1 blue there, 1 blue there, and this is blue, and it's not 8. And this is not blue. And this is not blue because it's in a threesome there. And this is blue. And okay, well, I've done something and I've learned something big. It looks like I'm going to sneeze in a moment. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Sorry. Right, now, we've got the 3 orange on the line. We've got the 3, yeah, in this plus, it's basically complete with its colours now. These 2 are 1 of each still, 1 yellow and 1 orange. Is there anything to stop that being a stripe of orange? I don't know. Now, let's try, we've got a blue cell into this box where we've got this Dutch whisper line. Now, okay, the things that we know about Dutch whisper lines are not as powerful as the things we know about German ones, German whisper lines. But what we do know, actually we do know something good here, and that is that 5 is not on this line. These digits are all different from each other because they're all in the same box, box 8. And normally you can, well, normally you can put 5 on a Dutch whisper line, but it changes the polarity. Normally you alternate. You will always go high, low, even on a Dutch whisper line until you encounter a 5, which can change the polarity. On a Dutch whisper line where both sides of the 5 have to be different digits, it must change the polarity. But this, I want to call it a circle, this loop is 6 cells long. And that indicates that polarity doesn't change exactly once. It could change twice, but that would need 2 5s, and you can't put 2 5s in the same box. So in fact it changes no times, and that means there is no 5 on that. 5 is in one of these 2 cells. And now we are going high, low, high, low, high, low. But I cannot therefore mark this up as 3 orange and 3 blue, partly because we've already lost a blue that can't be on it, but mostly because that is not necessary on a Dutch whisper line. You could have a 4 or a 6. The 4 would have to be flanked by 8 and 9, and the 6 would have to be flanked by 1 and 2, but it would still count as high, even though in this puzzle it would be yellow. I was going to say, in fact, one of these 2 is yellow, but I don't know that because not all the digits have to appear in this column. Oh, what about the central box? We have 2 yellows, 2 blues, and an orange. I don't know what that means. If that was a full stripe of yellow, which is possible. Oh, that's quite interesting. This makes a full stripe either of orange vertically or yellow that way. If that was a full stripe of yellow, this digit would have to be 3 or 7. Is that useful? I haven't really used the dots and the X's and V's much yet. I still need to do some thinking, I think. Right, 2 or 3 is not on this line. Therefore, the 3 low digits on the line include 4. The 3 low digits on the line are 4, 1, and either 2 or 3. And these 2 include a high. Now, can I say 6 is not on the line? I think I can. If the low digits on the line include 1 and 4, no, they could include 2. And then 6 could get on the line. So the low digits on the line include 1 and 4. Since 4 is on the line, it must be flanked on the line by 8 and 9. So digits on the line include 1, 4, 8, and 9. One other high digit and one other low digit. These don't include a low digit because all the remaining low digits are on the line. So these can't include 1, 4, 8, 9, 2 or 3. We are selecting from 5, 6 and 7 for these cells. They could both be yellow, I think. I certainly haven't worked out why they can't. Wow, I mean, this is so interesting, but it's such a strange head-wrecking puzzle. 15 minutes in, not really close to getting a single digit. It's clever, though. It is clever. So these include a low and a high digit. But the low one could this time be a 4. If there was a 4 in these cells, that would be 6 and this would be 5. Oh, that would be impossible. That's really nice. Right. These cannot include the low digit 4. Although 4 is on this orange line, it's not in those two. Because if it was, there'd be a 4 here in the box. That would be 6 in the box. And this would be 5. But what would 5 connect to on the white dot? It needs to have a 4 or a 6, and they'd have been used up. So 4 is not the low digit here. One of these is blue, therefore. And therefore, on this opposite basis, oh no, this doesn't work. This isn't entropic or modular. Oh, bother. One of each pair is blue. No, because low might be a 4. No, that didn't work. But it is the third blue in the central box. So these are definitely from yellow and orange. Well, that's quite interesting, surely. Could they both be orange if that was a 7 and this was an 8-9 pair? That would be 6. This would be 4. No. We can't put 5 on this line. This can't be orange. No, no, no. I've got confused there. Well, no, I haven't. What I was asking is, can these both be orange? Because this central region has got one orange. It's going to get at least one here. Well, yes, it is, because they can't both be yellow, because we've already had 2 yellows. It's going to get at least one here. Can it get both here? And I'm answering no, because this yellow to orange connection would be a 6 and a 7. That would be 8, 9. This would be a 4. Where would 5 go in the box? On this line, but it can't go on this line. We've established that. So this is not, well, I was going to say this is not orange. No, what I've established is this is not both orange, but it needs to be one orange. So this is orange and yellow, and this is the other orange. It's in this pair along with blue. I mean, that's very unsurprising, but it is established now. I have not proved that this is yellow. It could still be 7. Now I should be looking at this arm, shouldn't I? This arm has had its 3 blues now. Yes, I should. This plus, which again is an extra region. 1 blue, 2 blue, 3 blue. So these two don't include low. They don't include blue. But they could include the number 4, which would count as low on the Dutch whisper. Well, they have to. They have to have a low digit on the whisper. Because we're not having 5 on the whisper, we're entirely split into lows and highs, and I've established that they can't have a blue cell. So their low digit is a 4, and their high digit is an 8 or a 9. That's less important than the fact that their low digit is a 4 and is looking at that cell, which becomes a 6. And I've got a digit in the puzzle in less than 20 minutes. Right, 6 on the black dot gives us 3. These two are now a 1-2 pair. This is not 4 or 6. That is a 5 at the top. I don't know what goes in the middle for the weather vane, the windmill vane thing. Oh, 6 there makes this. This can't be 5 or in box 2 or 6 in box 5. That is a 4. That's good. 5 is here because the white dot can't attach to a 3. That is 5, my friend. Excellent. We've got the 3 yellows. So this is orange, 7, 8 or 9. These ones include a 1 or a 2 and a high digit. And that's not really helping on the whisper. Now, one of these is a 4, and it is surrounded in its box by 8 and 9. So this digit can't be 8 or 9. 4 is either surrounded by 8, 9 there, or 4 here is surrounded by 8, 9 there and there. So neither of these can be 8 or 9. And therefore, neither of them can be 3 or 4. The low digit is 1 or 2, and the high digit is 6 or 7 in these cells. Now, I probably should, well, let's think again about the colours here. Down here we have a yellow 4 and a high orange. We have orange there, orange in one of those, orange in one of those. That's 3 oranges. This one is yellow. And now in this box, that was yellow on the, yes, on the circulation of the ring. This is orange, and we do have this stripe down. That digit is a 4 because it's yellow and it sees 6 and 5. This is 5 because in the box it sees 6 and 4. 3, well, no, what, how does this, oh, the entropic is just done by the colouring. I don't have to think about those numbers. I do have to think about these numbers. Very much I have to think about these modular numbers. Right, 4 is from the 1, 4, 7 set. And that must sit opposite. So this one, it's in the same box, so it's not 4. That's 1 or 7. This is in the same box, and it's the same modular set as 5. So that's 2 or 8. And these two are from the other modular set, which is 3, 6, 9. And that one can't be 3 by Sudoku, by the row. Now, these other 3 are one of each of those sets. That's not very helpful. 4 already appears in this box, so that digit isn't a 4, and now the V is definitely a 2, 3 pair. One of these two is a 3, and on the German whisper, that can't be a 7, touching a 3. 3 is in one of those cells, so this can't be a 3. So that is now a 6, 9 pair in the box. That can't be 6. One of these two is a 3, and it's not this one which sees a 2, 3 pair in the box, it's this one. So that's 2, that's 3. That is surrounded by 8 and 9 on the whisper. So this digit is a 7, which has to be surrounded, obviously, by 1 and 2. And that 2 doesn't tell me which one is which. That 7 says this is not a 7 in box 3. Now I've got an 8, 9 pair, and this digit becomes a 6. And this is a 9. Oh, and I can colour these for my colour scheme. I'd forgotten my colour scheme entirely, because I'm doing a modular line over here. So I've had my 3 yellows. 6, 3, 4, 5, 9. This is not 1 or 2, and it's not 8, because we've got all sorts of pairs in the row. That's a 7. This is 1. That's 2, and this is 8, and the box is complete. Who knew I would finish the box with the 4th line I tackled first? That's bizarre. Classic Soter. Look, that 2 is in box 5, so that's a 1, that's a 2. This is neither of these are 8, neither of these are 9. Oh, these stripes. So I've just got this line is going to work whatever they end up being. Oh, look, there's a 1 in the box, so that's a 2. Now, I know what this is, don't I? It sees a 6 and a 7, 8, 9 triple, so that must be a 5. This one isn't a 5 very clearly. But I don't know whether this is 6 or 7. This one is not 2. And even on this Dutch whisper, it's not 1 either. So that's a 6, 7 pair in this box. That's an 8. We're suddenly going to get near. I mean, it is a smaller puzzle than usual, so it's not shocking that we're going to get near a finish a bit quicker, even though I only placed a digit at nearly 20 minutes. 2, 8, 3, 5, 6, 7, no 8 in those cells, and this is a 1. Now I have to do the whisper thing. That can't be 4. That's 9, that's 4. This one, I don't know whether that's 6 or 7. I don't think the whisper determines that. But we've got a lot of digits in the grid. And look, let's just check these pluses that I was learning about today. That is a set of the digits 1 to 9. Oh, this will be when I correct the top digit to being an 8. There we go. This is a set of the digits 1 to 9, and this is a set of the digits 1 to 9. I'm sorry, if you already knew about the plus thing, you're not as excited as me, but I am excited by it. So, 3 and 8. I'm basically just going to complete these corner boxes now, I think. Oh, I've got an X here as well. 3, 7, 5, 4, 6, 9. That's a 1, 8, 2. I've got 3, 4, 6, 9 to put in here. 6, 9 go in like that. 3, 4 like that. In this box, 1, 5, 9 to place. 5, 9, 1. Sudoku does everything else. And I'm going to finish about 6 minutes after I started putting a digit in the puzzle. So let's colour it up. That's going to be a 7. So let's complete the colouring just for completionists, which is most of you out there, I believe. Those go yellow. Have I got any part coloured cells? I don't think so. Those go blue. And this one is going to have to be a yellow, and it's a 6. And that is, oh, I've missed one, didn't I? This 6 completes the solution. Beautiful puzzle by Soter. Junk drawer it's called, but it deserves airing out amongst a much wider community. Only 35 solves in 24 days. That is a sad thing, because that's a work of beauty. I mean, it's such a nice conception at the very start. So symmetric, so elegant. Lovely, sort of the standard rules for those 4 lines. Beautiful stuff. Yet again, you watch me have a good time on Cracking the Cryptic and enjoy myself, and that is the point of the channel. Enjoy yourself with Sudoku. We'd love to see you again soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.